Hello, everybody. We want to welcome you to the 2024 Sooner Athletic Conference Women's Basketball Media Day. I'm Jim Powers, Assistant Commissioner of the SAC, and it's great to be able to have a chance today to talk to all of our wonderful coaches and some of our outstanding players that are in the conference this year. We're going to get going here with Mid-America Christian. Their head coach, Hannah Moeller, joins us, and one of their outstanding players, a senior this year, Shai Christopher. And Shai, first, we'll start off with you. Talk a little bit about, the offseason, adding some new pieces, but also a great veteran group coming back after a terrific year last year.
First off, we're very excited about this upcoming season. I thought that preseason went very well. We have a good group of girls. The returners have been leading the way for the newcomers, and it's just very exciting to see all the leaders that we have.
And you're one of those leaders. And I guess my question for you is, are you more of a vocal leader, or are you one that like, hey, I'm just going to lead by example, let my actions show what others should be doing?
We're gonna say both.
Talk a little bit about that. How do you try and mix both being that vocal person, but also leading by example?
I just feel like that in order to be a leader, like you have to talk, be in those uncomfortable situations. So like I try to make myself uncomfortable a lot just so I can get that respect and so they can learn to trust me and listen to me.
And also, coming off of last year, I know there's a little bit of, that maybe, thing on your shoulder that says, hey, we could have done better than what we finished up last year. Has that kind of been the driving force for you guys in the preseason and getting ready to start the year here in a couple weeks?
Absolutely.
No doubt about it. Well, Coach, let's talk a little bit about first. Let's talk about Shy and what she means to you, your program, and being that leader with a lot of great veterans coming back.
Yeah, no, she is a special, special young lady. We talk a lot about things that help us get to be successful. And, for us, sometimes that's just having great energy and enthusiasm and effort and all those intangible things that you don't see in a stat sheet. And one of the things that makes coaching Shy so fun is I would say 6 out of the 7 days, she's going to walk in and have the best energy, have a great attitude, regardless what else is going on outside of basketball. And so that makes it, a lot of fun just to get to work with her. And I think as a teammate, that's something that people want to play with. They want to play with people who are happy. They want to play with people who think they can, do just about anything and those types of things. And so I think that helps her a lot. And then, we have learned over the last 2 years that at the end of the day, when the lights come on, Shy's going to play her best basketball. So
Yeah, without a doubt. And we saw that last year and cannot wait to see this year. Talk a little bit about the preseason now from the coaching side of things. Obviously, like we just mentioned, I think a little bit of a chip on the shoulder, so to say, coming into the offseason workouts in the preseason. Just talk about how things have gone and how you guys are getting ready for especially a great matchup that we'll talk about here in a few minutes, who you're opening the season up with. So, but talk
yeah,
about the preseason first, and then we'll get into the schedule.
no, absolutely. I think for us, a lot of what we focus on in preseason is who can we count on and who's tough. Those are just 2 points of emphasis that um, we want to evaluate even more so than who's making shots early, because I think that comes. And so we try everything we can to make them about as miserable as possible without forcing them to quit. And I think we did just that. So, our the gentleman that does all of our strength and conditioning for us, he did a great job, and we got to see him play, just pick up with each other and get to learn about each other a little bit. But no, it was good, and we had a handful of like tiny. Hey, this kid rolled her ankle and had to sit 3 days, and this kid, and so we got to see people do different things, which was good. But I'm excited. I think we brought in some pieces that fill in some huge gaps for us. And so, yeah.
And you've got Shy, but also you've got that great senior guard and Kylie Shear, some others that made big contributions last year. Just talk about that group of veterans that are coming back, especially when you get into your non-con schedule, but also what I think this year could be the deepest Sooner Athletic Conference women's basketball side that we've seen in many years.
Yeah, absolutely. So outside Shy, we returned Kylie Shear, who started the majority of the year for us last year, transferred from Emporia State, and can really shoot it. We look for her to have an even better year. Sometimes what we see from guard play specifically is the longer we have them in our system, the better they get. And so I think that will be important for her. And I know from just what she put in over the summer, I think that'll pay off in big dividends for her as well. Alexis Borgstack, this is her senior year as well. She's been with us for 2 years, transferred from Oklahoma Christian, and just continues to get better. I remember leaving the national tournament last year thinking Lexi will play her best basketball next year. And so we're excited to see her do that. If we can just keep her out of foul trouble, then we'll be set. So between the two of them, and then Mia Smith had a great year last year as a freshman. I think that she'll continue to build on that. Sydney Savage has been with us for 5 years. And so she'll continue to have an impact. So we're excited.
So non-conference schedule. I don't know. I think somebody made a mistake, maybe. I don't know about that. But my gosh, what a great non-conference schedule that you guys are going to play before getting into the Sooner. And Shai, I'll ask you this. How excited are you to play a non-conference schedule that's going to be as loaded as you guys are going to play to get ready for Sooner play?
I'm very excited. I'm just ready to prove everyone wrong. And I think we'll play our best basketball. I'm just ready for it.
All right, Coach. You're playing a team. I think they were the national runner-up last year. Talk a little bit about that, but also talk a little bit about your non-conference schedule, is how it's going to get you guys ready for the Sooner Athletic Conference regular season.
Absolutely. Yeah. I think, we try to always do a combination of give opportunities to learn from success and then get a true test in there as well. And clearly, considering Providence is the national runner-up, we're going to get that on our opening night. And so we've talked a lot about that since move-in day. We're going to figure out what we are and what we need to get better at on day one. I don't think that game necessarily will determine the rest of our season. If we win, it doesn't mean that we're bulletproof. If we don't, I think it also means that we know exactly what has to be fixed, and we'll get better. But they return an All-American point guard and an All-American 5 that are both extremely talented, and so I think it'll be a great test for us. We're always a little bit better at home, and so hopefully we'll defend our home court. But after that, we'll have a couple games where I think they're good matchups. We'll see some pretty fast play that gets us ready for league play with some teams that we feel pretty confident about. But I think sometimes it's finding the balance in the non-con of how do you figure out where you really are and also teach your kids how to win. And so I think that was kind of the goal in scheduling. At the time, I really probably wasn't expecting Providence to be the national runner-up, but here we go.
No doubt about it. And then obviously the Sooner Athletic Conference, every year it is just a knockdown drag out. Last year, we had a terrific year getting numerous teams into the national tournament. And I think this year, and I said it a minute ago, this may be the deepest that our conference has been in many years.
Yeah, absolutely. And, with a lot of new coaches in the league, I think it makes it kind of interesting and exciting just to see what styles change. And so that'll be fun. The addition of College of the Ozarks will be great for the league. Their coach is a tremendous coach. And before they transition to one division with the NAIA, they come from a history of ton of success. And so I think that's a big addition that probably just makes it even tougher from a night to night basis. I expect Texas Wesleyan to be better. I expect some of those teams that, maybe were 7, 8 in that range last year. I think they return a lot of kids that will play better basketball this year. And then the upper, I think the first 3, 1 through 5 is always going to just probably depend on one game or two.
Yeah, without a doubt. And you guys have such a terrific facility, and it's going to be an exciting time coming off the successes both on, the men's side and the women's side last year. You guys got to be excited, and the crowd and the fans have to be really excited about what's going to be coming down the line here when the season starts on November 2nd.
Absolutely. We have some tremendous fans, and our student section's a blast. They make playing at home a blast. They love this kid, so that helps a lot. But no, we're excited. I think when we hosted the first round in the conference tournament last year on both sides, it kind of left this like everybody was eager to get back in it. So
And Shai, it's got to be a lot of fun for you playing in front of a big crowd for your home games and defending the home court there at Galkey Activity Center.
Yes, I'm very excited. I love our fans, our student section. Have a lot of friends here that show very much strong support. So I'm just ready to get back out there.
No doubt about it. Well, it's going to be here pretty quick, and I want to thank you guys for the time and joining us here for Media Day. And it's going to be an exciting time to watch you all play down in Oklahoma City as we get this thing going here in a couple weeks.
thank you, Jim.
Thank you so much to head coach Hannah Moeller and Shai Christopher, one of our outstanding players, for joining us here from Mid-America Christian. It's our day-long Women's Media Day in the Center Athletic Conference on the basketball side. We'll be back here in a little bit with another one of our great coaches and our student athletes.